order to make space in case you need to move me down. I'll come back up.
Yep, no worries.
Same with me, Adam. If you need to move me down, just move me down.
Glad to have everyone here. Welcome, guys. Though.
All right, I think we can start it. I pinged them and said we're live, so they are most likely going to show up. All right, guys, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Sun is up and crypto is down, just the way we love it. We're going to have, as I said, 4 projects with us today. I'm super excited to hear what you guys are all building. We're going to have Radcats, as I said, Catsyard, Spirit Wolves, and Metaage is the intention. Sorry, Metaage, I messed up the scheduling this week. It has been a busy week. I'm going to need an assistant. But
it's totally okay, man. No worries.
A little last second. Hope it's okay. All right. Yeah, so to start off, I want to start with just you guys giving an introduction about your project. We're going to go through just a brief about each project, maybe anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes, and listen to you one by one. And then after the introduction, we're going to dive deeper in each one. And by the end of each project, we will also bring up listeners if they have any questions. So if you guys as listeners have any questions, just request and I will bring you up. So again, welcome everyone. Let's start it with the introduction. I think we go by the order Radcats, Catsyard, Spirit Wolves, and Metaage, if that's okay.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. First of all, I love the Locksmith PFP. We were just talking about this for like the full day, so maybe we'll try to do some stuff with those guys. So I'll try to be really quick with the intro because my intro specifically as a person takes like 20 minutes, so I'll try to be as fast as possible. Just a bit about Radcats. Radcats is a multi-venture brand that aims to be a combination of being a brand, quote unquote, NFT brand plus utility. So we're trying to be the best of both worlds, provide utility to holders and become a brand. Now, what does becoming an NFT brand means? It's literally like what a brand means in real life. It means brand affinity and brand equity. So it means that, let's say, DeGods, Bored Apes, OK Bears, all of these guys, forget any utility that they provide. They have insane brand affinity, which means that people want to buy DeGods or OK Bears or Bored Apes because they want to associate themselves with that brand. And whenever you think of these brands or these NFTs, you think of a certain image. So that's what it means to build a brand. And that's what we're trying to do on the brand with a whole 90s nostalgia vibe and 90s art. And on the utility side, we're going to connect all the ventures under Radcat using Rad Token. So Rad Token will not have an LP. It'll just be a utility token, but it'll be kind of the center of the ecosystem. So just really quickly about the ventures under Radcats, we have 4 parts. Number 1 is Rad Racing. We're the sponsor of the full sponsor of the number 26 Toyota Supra in the Xfinity series by Sam Hunt Racing. We partnered with Magic Eden and Portals. They're both on the car. We streamed the first race inside Portals Metaverse. We got, a couple of announcements with Magic Eden as well. We're gonna dish out some kind of videos and recordings that we've taken about how we kind of, took Solana and took the whole ecosystem into the whole NASCAR ecosystem. It was above 1 million viewers, concurrent viewers watching the race. The car won scheme of the day, so we really got a lot of big eyes on that. And the way that Rad Racing will benefit the holders is that whenever you as a holder watch the race, you'll earn Rad Token every lap, every race, and every win. And if our driver wins the race, there will be a $10,000 reward for any NFT that is on the car, which will be selected pre-hand by us, basically. The second part is Redware. Redware is I don't want to say merch because it's not merch. We have 2 parts. We are partnering with 2 of the largest global fashion retailers in the world. I can't really say names now, but hopefully soon, once everything is signed, they will help us produce our own line of clothing, which we will sell online for actual money, and we will sell for Rad Token. And the second thing is that we're gonna infiltrate or kind of go into their one of their collections. So either summer collection, spring collection, winter collection, with these two major brands, and they're going to give us revenue share from all the sales that they get. All the design, everything is done by us, and they sell it online and offline. Now, Red Token will be basically the value there is that you can buy any of these collections with Red Token, which is basically for free. You get it by watching the race or by sticking the NFT. Aside from normal IRL people who pay, $50, $60 or $100 to get that piece of wear. Third thing is Code Red. Code Red is our Radcats energy drink. Radcats energy drink it's shelf ready, it's sampled, it's tested. We just need to finish some legal stuff, and some approvals, and then we'll go into stores starting in the US, and then we'll go around the world after that, however big we can expand. And everything will be sold online using Red Token, so you can buy the energy drink, ship directly to your doorstep, $0 paid for shipping or the drink itself, and buy a whole pack for yourself for the full month if you'd like. And the fourth and last thing is my personal favorite, Red Experience. Red Experience is basically we took kind of inspiration from Board Apes with the whole sponsorship of events and kind of the IRL presence, and we're gonna basically sponsor concerts, NFT events, and a couple of other types of events, which we've already started with, and we're going to provide our holders with VIP access tickets, general admission tickets, and all for Red Token. So it's literally everything. You stake your NFT and you watch the race, you get Red Token, you spend it, you buy an energy drink, you go on you watch a concert, you go to an NFT event, you buy Redware from, I almost said the brand names, but from the two of the biggest brand names in the world. So that's just a really quick intro. Very sorry well, it's not quick. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Perfect. All right. Who do we have next? Catsyard, right? Was that the...
Hey, yes. Hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, it's clear.
We will keep it short. What Catsyard is trying to build is a resort, meaning a real-life location, a physical location, a hotel, pretty much, where people are able to gather. But the twist is that it's built for people who are into Web3, people who are entrepreneurs, because right now most of the interactions that we have happen in Twitter, Discord, so there's no physical interaction, which we think is extremely important. So this is why we're building a resort, and our holders will enjoy a lot of benefits because of the resort, such as being able to stay there, enjoying discounts in the resort, but they will also be able to stay for free. So I will keep it short for now because I want everyone to remember those things. And yeah.
Perfect. All right. Interesting. Spirit Wolves has not showed up yet, so if you're here, request. Otherwise, you missed your shot. Metaage, feel free.
Hello. It's a metaverse where users can create their own construction system, and they can earn from games in a metaverse, and also art gallery and shops. As NFTs, we'll be selling an avatar with different variants. The users that have the avatars will get land airdrops. When they have the airdrops, they will be able to create their own building, and they can create games in our metaverse. In our art gallery, you can display your NFT collections and send them to Stock Exchange for 0.1 Solana, and everyone can benefit from this feature. We also have a movie theater in which you can socialize. The main thing in Metaage is to just socialize and have fun with your friends and strangers. And we will have many games are split into two categories in our metaverse. There will be mini games and main games. We as Metaage design the main games mainly, and they will be mainly play to earn. Mini games will be the games that users will create, and you'll come across a lot of games in the main world. We'll also have movie theaters, art galleries, fun fairs, meeting rooms, nightclubs, arcades, and lots of things. And we've partnered with more than 35 projects and integrated characters of more than 35 plus projects as playable avatars, so that everyone can get to explore the lands and games inside the metaverse with their favorite project's character. And accessing Metaage is completely free, and offers both Connect Wallet and Join as Guest options to log in. And open alpha version of the Metaage is live now with both play to earn and free to play games in it right now. And that's it for now. And thank you for letting me talk. Thank you.
Perfect introduction. Interesting. All right, we're going to dive deeper into each one of these projects. And as I said, by the end of each deep dive, we're going to open the stage for listener questions. All right, so let's start it with Radcats, the nostalgic 90s brand. We can start with the basics. Have you guys decided on any mint price, any date, and supply?
Supply will be 9,000 NFTs. Date, no. Most probably it will be mid to end of September. Price, no, definitely not. It's very complicated to decide on anything from now. We know the amount of funds we need to execute our plans in addition to the investment we already have put in by us and external investors. But we have a specific sold price in mind, because if we say our USD price now, people are gonna freak out. So we need to wait a little bit, see how the market goes, how the hype goes, and then decide from there. But the only thing that is confirmed from now is that the supply would be 9,000 NFTs.
All right, perfect. So you said that you had a long talk about your background and do you want to give it maybe not 20 minutes but 10 at least if you want to.
So background about us as the project team.
Who's on the team?
Sure.
What's your guys background?
Sure,
especially Web3 background.
Oh yeah, so just to start really quickly, I work in the largest influencer marketing agency in the MENA region. I had 2 startups which I've exited, and right now we are working on Radcats is under the incubator of the company, and that is the reason why we're able to kind of fund all of these activities, and that's why we were able to sponsor a full NASCAR race pre-mint, which was expensive to say the least. That is kind of my Web2 experience. For Web3, it's really, I don't think it'll be. I've worked projects. I work in the project now, but the focus right now is kind of building Radcats, because the sheer size that we're trying to go for requires massive funding and requires 25 hours a day. So I literally have, I would say, 3 hours of sleep every day. Maybe I just power nap, and I think that is the experience of everyone in Web2. But the way that in Web3, sorry, and the way my Web2 experience kind of translates is through marketing and strategy. That's my part. I'll let X give a quick intro about himself as well.
One of the co-founders of Radcats. My Web2 IRL previous life. I co-own real estate investment companies with my business partner, Thugalus, who's actually in the crowd right now. Shout out to him. And also, I was previously, before this, I was a superintendent for a civil engineering company that did basically most of the earthwork for like renewable energy projects. We did like large, solar infrastructures and nuclear power plants and stuff like that. As far as Web3, I've been in it 1.5 to 2 years now. Got in when Gary Vee first started talking about Web3 before he had the VeeFriends launch, and kind of just been riding the wave ever since.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Well, we have another partner who's not with us. Sorry, I almost forgot about her. She's going to kill me. She's the third partner, and she has massive experience in Web3. She's part of every massive blue chip DAO. She minted the SMBs, so she's very, very old in the ecosystem. But yes, this is the intro. Sorry, I'll stop talking now.
Perfect. All right, so a little bit about your background. Thank you, guys. I want to dive into the art next, and then we're going to dive into more of the roadmap or what you guys build. So you have these cats, right? If you want to pin something, like show the art, feel free. But tell us about these cats. What's the inspiration here?
So full disclosure, I am a horrible person at art, but I'll try to explain it to my best, because we are 3 people in the project. 2 people handle it, X and Gabby, but I will try to explain from my side. We've looked at art in 2 directions. We've looked at what's working in the market, and we've looked at what we think would be kind of unique. We saw that what's working in the market is something that we've read about called 2.5D, which is kind of the middle between 2D and 3D art. We decided to go with that, and we saw that, you know, the whole style of OK Bears, Bored Apes is kind of the thing that is taking place with all of the kind of the small things that we usually don't notice, but all NFTs are facing right, most of them, you know, a certain angle, etc. So we went through what are the most successful projects when it comes to art, and we chose the base, you know, based on that. And the second part was, how do we make it unique? So we wanted to have our own theme. We wanted to be something that is not already there. So we're all 90s kids, and I assume that this is really kind of, you know, one of the, I would say most people, maybe a big percentage of the NFT space right now is 80s, 90s born. I think that is the target audience. So we decided to go for 90s theme. It even has a touch of like late 80s. This we go for in every aspect of the project. We go through it in the art, in the illustrations, in Discord, in the games, and our Twitter poll. So we're trying to kind of have that vibe of nostalgia. We're still optimizing our art as we go. We've been working on it, I think, for around 3 months, 4 months, just the art itself without anything else, other things for a longer time. Yeah, I guess those are the two things that we really focused on when we came up with the art.
Yes, I'm on your Twitter now. I can see it, and I can, you know, it's a match of recognition and uniqueness, just like you said. Awesome. All right, so let's dive into the what you're gonna bring to the ecosystem in the world. I read in the pinned tweet that you said change the meta. What does this mean?
Yeah, this is a very broad term, to be honest, very broad term. I mean, I think it's easy for a project to say that we're going to bridge the gap, we're going to change the meta, we're going to go insane. It's very simple to say, but I really think we can. We want to change the meta in a couple of things. Number one, we want to change the pre-mint meta. We don't want to say we're going to do things. We want to do things pre-mint and prove that we can do it. We want to create proofs of concept and then show that we can scale this. That's why we said that we have Rad Racing and we sponsored a car. We said we have Code Rad energy drink and it's going to be released very shortly. We said Radware, the merch is already ready, the clothes are already ready. We said we have the Rad Experience. This will be ready again shortly, given to OG whitelist holders. So we're literally doing more than what most projects do post-mint. We're doing that pre-mint. So that is what we mean by we want to change the meta. We want to raise the standard of what you need to do pre-mint for investors and, you know, holders to trust you. We want to change the meta in the sense that how do we bring on new users? And by new users, I don't mean users from ETH or users from Cardano. That's not what we want to do. They're already here. What I mean is the millions and millions and millions of people who know nothing about NFTs. They have internet access. They know what crypto is, but they've never bought an NFT. That's the first layer. Where do we target them? The second layer is people who have internet, but they don't know about crypto. So how do we get them into crypto and then into NFTs? So these are two main things that we're trying to do to change the meta. We don't want to push it too hard pre-mint, but, you know, all of these things hopefully will set a new standard of projects pre-mint, that they need to prove something and don't just put out, you know, a shitty piece of art or a shitty piece of illustration and say, and give me a pie chart of, you know, 10% will go to the team, 20% will go to the project. No, show me what you're buying, what you've spent so far, and tell me you're going to scale it. So yeah, that's what we mean by changing the meta.
Perfect. All right. So, Hype, I see the question. Feel free.
Yeah, nice to speak to you, Radcats. I was just having a look on your Twitter profile, seeing years had some involvement with a NASCAR race. I don't know if you can tell us more about that and what the response to your NFT was, maybe, you know, in regards to that event.
Oh yeah, 100%. X, do you want to take that one since that's your specialty?
Yeah. So we'll be posting more pictures throughout the week, obviously, more content from that. Sorry, I was just had myself on mute, chugging water and choked on it. But yeah, so we sponsored the Sam Hunt Racing Team number 26 Toyota Supra. It was last weekend at Watkins Glen International. It's one of the premier racetracks here in America. We did that for two reasons. One, just to get our international friends involved, because a lot of you guys like more of the F1 stuff like that, which is obviously a lot more expensive. So we did a road course that the F1s typically do to kind of lure people in from that. But as far as the IRL event itself, it was cool. We had some Boogles out. We had some Mutant Apes out. We had them, you know, sit pit boxes with us and stuff with the owner and the general manager, the pit crew chief. And then, kind of the vision behind it as far as branding, it just has to be a cool brand to those people. And as far as like motorsports is concerned, there's a famous, monster truck called Gravedigger. That's all it is, just a branch. It's a cool truck. They put it on shirts, backpacks, whatever, And that was kind of how it was. I was there, IRL with the Boogles and the Mutant Apes and stuff like that, showing them around, having the VIP rad experience in the pits. And you saw, everybody and their mother. It was moms and dads and kids and uncles and grandparents taking pictures with the car and videoing the car. I mean, everybody just thought it was so cool. And, the team owner had told us, there was a ton of buzz in the morning meetings. Everybody was talking about our car just because it had stood out so much and just kind of popped and caught everybody's attention. So along with that, we had Sam Hunt Racing partners with Toyota. So Toyota gave us the in-car cameras for the race, which gave us 100% coverage the entire stream. And then, I don't know how often, but it was fairly often. Anytime they had a good time to cut to it, they would cut to the Toyota cars that were, in that agreement. So the Radcats were on the race pretty much the entire time, aside from having, pretty good position in the race for most of the race, which also gives you obvious TV time. But yeah, it was a good turnout. Everybody loved it. It was cool to see it, kind of come to life and the vision come full circle and see the kids pointing at it and hearing their parents tell them, that is a cool cat. That is a rad cat, XYZ. So it was kind of cool to see the Web 2 reception of it. Everybody seemed to kind of love it as a brand.
Yeah, thanks, man. That must have been really cool. And I suppose going into other partnerships, it gives you some sort of experience for the project and a point that you can move forward with.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Sarah, feel free.
Hey, I really like what I'm hearing. I think more projects should try to start doing that, right? Try to build something, at least a minimum viable product like you're doing right now, to show, right? I think that will bring maturity to the space. In that sense, I'm guessing if you're already doing sponsorships and stuff, that you have a established company in the US, I guess. But if not, that would be something I'd like to know. The other thing is, since you already have this funding and you're already doing this stuff, will you be moving to something like a DAO, or will you be more like you're the company, you're creating the space, and the holders will be like members that take advantage of your perks instead of being like part owners of the company, right?
Yeah. So thank you very much for the question. So number one, for the company part, it is a company, yes, but it is based outside of the US. Just to kind of, I'm not from the US, and I know the regulations that the US has, and I really don't want to go through that. So we're based outside. We're legally, registered outside. So, and obviously we need to be registered outside for us to do these sponsorships, because we can't really sign NASCAR team with our Twitter account. So we need to have to be incorporated. But yeah, outside of the US, just because of taxes and all of these things. And just to kind of add on that, since we, you mentioned the funds that we have, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, some people have asked, if you are that well funded, you sponsor the NASCAR team and you can sponsor it for the full season, blah, blah, blah. Why do you need the mint funds? It's a really good question. But the investment that we have needs more. It needs more for us to fulfill all of our plans. Everything that we have in the roadmap until I would say our officially agreed upon roadmap is until mid to end of 2023, and more things will come after that as we go. What was your second question, Peter?
Yeah, of course, I understand the thing with the what do you need the funds. I don't think all the projects or companies, right, should be exactly needing to answer this question. My second question was, if you have already this funding, is your intention to become a DAO, a project where the community picks the road, or will you be holding the reins and bringing them along your journey? I just mentioned this because I don't believe that all the projects need the funding. Like, let's say it's a Web 2 example, but Costco does not need the money from the subscriptions, but that's their model. And with that payment, people who subscribe to the membership is not owner of Costco, but they benefit from the perks. Like it's another model, right? So I'm thinking you might probably be going that way, right?
100 right, and I'll explain to you why. A DAO, there will be a DAO, but there wouldn't really be that much of a decision-making power. I'll be completely honest from now, because it's not really working with brands, signing deals with NASCAR, producing an energy drink and distributing it worldwide, sponsoring events and giving out tickets. It has a lot of logistics. It has a lot of financials that goes into it. It has a lot of operational activities that needs a full back-end team for each brand. So we are currently 21 or 22 team members, and the goal is to expand to 50 to 60 people, and we would have I would say 10 to 15 per brand. So doing that will not work with a DAO, and that is impossible to work, because we can't really have our DAO on Discord deciding what people will do who are paid salaries and running the brand. But having that said, at the same time, decision making, we will involve the DAO or our strongest holders in the decision-making process of, for example, we want to release new flavors for Code Red. We'll ship to our DAO and have their feedback and then decide. We want to release a new design of Redwear. We want to release an accessory line. We ship, they give us feedback on the quality, on the design, on the coloring, and then we change. Red Experience, they choose the events. Red Racing, Red Racing is going to be a bit complicated because it's a much bigger amount of money, but we're going to get them involved in the decisions. Obviously, at the end, we'll try to make those decisions, but we're going to involve them in everything that we make. So I hope that kind of answered your question.
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Again, if any listeners have questions, request, and once you come up, please raise your hand so we can see who's up to ask questions. We have time for maybe one or two more questions. I want to ask, before we move on with the other projects, what if the listeners is intrigued by what they hear and want to know how to get whitelist? What do they do?
Just DM Mr. X.
Perfect.
That's it.
I'll take care of you guys.
Perfect. All right. I want to talk the last thing, like the token, because I read that you guys are going to have a token as well. How is this going to be implemented in the project, and what do you guys do?
Yeah. So basically, when we have 4 brands that we want to build, it can get a little bit overwhelming, because projects usually have, and not dishing or shitting on any project that has one utility. On the contrary, that's perfect. But what I'm saying is, it's not really known that a project would have not just 1 or 2 or 3. It will have 4 brands under it, and each brand will give utility to the holders. You'll buy clothes from a fashion retailer, and you will purchase an energy drink. You will do all of these things. It was a bit confusing. Even when we were trying to kind of make it more cohesive, it was long to listen to. So we decided to make it all cohesive and connected with Rat Token. Now, again, it's not going to have an LP. There's not going to be a price for it. It's going to be tradable only on like Famous Fox or these things. It's not going to be on Radium. So we don't want to go through all of that crap. We don't want to go through all the kind of financial trading part. We're not that. We're a brand. So the token basically have a really big amount of supply, and you're going to be able to get it by you're going to be able to get it by staking, non-custodial staking, or by watching the races of Radcats. And if we win a lap, if we win a race, you'll get X amount of token. And if your NFT is on the car, if your NFT is on our clothing line, you will get another bigger amount of tokens. Then you can use them to buy all the brands. So just to answer you, that was the detailed explanation, but just the kind of one-liner answer to the token. It's the thing that connects all of Radcats brands together, and how you as Adam will utilize Radcats NFTs in real life.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Anything last, Radcats?
Cool.
And
Thank you for
Mr.
the question.
Anything last, Radcats and Mr. X, you want to share with the listeners?
I mean, nothing really. Just do check it out.
Check them out, guys. All right, perfect. If we don't have any more questions, we're gonna move on with our next project, which is Catsyard. Again, Mr. X and Radcats. Thank you so much. My AirPods died there. Thank you so much. Catsyard,
Thank you, sir.
are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. We heard the introduction, but let's dive deeper. Where do we start this? Maybe give just a short brief, again, a recap of what you said earlier, and tell us about what you do.
Yes. So, as I said, we are building a resort, meaning a physical location, a hotel in real life. And we are making it because right now, most of the interactions in crypto and NFTs happen in the virtual world, in crypto, in Twitter, in Discord. So, we need to bring the physical element. We need physical interaction to progress in many ways. And this is why we want to build Catsyard the Resort as a hub. And now someone may be wondering, you're building an actual hotel, isn't that gonna cost money? What is the mint price gonna be, for example? And the answer to that is that we are utilizing the connections of our founders, Goku and Remo in real estate, to fund some of the cost of the resort. So this means that the mint price is gonna be sort of affordable because we understand that it is a bear market. You can't have a $4 million mint in a bear market, or maybe not even in a bull market. So when it comes to the mint, it would be around 0.5 to 2.5 SHO maximum, and it will depend on certain things. So if we get 3 million from the Web2 investors, we are only gonna need 1 million for the mint. So the more funds we get from the investors with the connections that we have, the mint is going to be less expensive. And when it comes to investors, why would someone want to invest? Someone who is from the traditional real estate space, they would want to do that because it is a win-win for them, meaning that someone would invest his money in real estate anyway. He would buy a hotel and start renting it out. But if he invests in us, he gets to not only get physical location, but also to invest in a community that's in the Web3 world, that is using new technologies, that is using NFTs to jumpstart the whole thing.
All right. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard about a real-life resort project previously. Where's this going to be located?
We haven't decided the locations yet. We do have some offers in mind, but we can't reveal it yet because it's not sure. But it's likely going to be in Europe, in some summer destination, or in Central America.
Perfect. So how does the NFTs fit into this? Is this like an access to the resort, or is it revenue share, or?
No, it's not going to be a revenue share model, but the thing is that having a community of 7,000 people, which is our NFT supply basically, and counting, allows us to build build a world for a physical, build a physical place for the Web3 world. So right now, as we said before, there's not a place where people who are into NFTs, crypto, who are into building businesses, there's not a place where these people can gather and live in a different way that most people live. So by that I mean, the people who are into NFTs, who are into crypto, have a different lifestyle. They want to be able to combine work with pleasure and fun, combine it all in the best way possible, and this is what we want to offer through the resort. And yeah.
Awesome. All right. Hi.
Yeah, I just wanted to sort of, if you haven't yet decided on the location, how much of a time-consuming process is it going to be to get this resort up and running? What is your realistic time frame of achieving that?
That is a question for Goku, our co-founder.
Hey guys, it's really nice to be here. I'm Goku, co-founder of the Catsyard, and yeah, it's a great question. So first of all, I will add to everything that Phoenix said, and say that we are building it for the public. It's a business that we are doing for profit, alongside with the NFT collection, which we're doing for the community, because we really believe in community that supports a brand and the brand that the community can rely on. And about the place where it will be located. So as for now, we have several different options, and we have several different partners. And when we will decide on the right partners that will go with us, so the place will be the place that we have the biggest advantage in. Like when we are speaking about real estate, so you need to have this advantage. You need to have local partners. You need to have people that can help with all the production of this, and that's what we're about to do. So yeah.
Awesome. Hope that answered your question, Hype.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I said hope that was answer to your question, Hype.
Yeah, so you're going to speed up the process by the partnerships that you make.
Oh yeah, about the process. So the process should be very very short if we're speaking about building a resort, because we're about to acquire existing resort and make the renovations needs. And so yeah, the process should take around a year and a half.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect. All right. So this, I guess, a lot of it comes down to your background, right, and your connections and everything. You talked a little bit about it, but do you want to expand on this? How did you come up with the idea to make this an NFT project?
Yeah, so it's a great question. Basically, I came to Web3 from a real estate background. I worked in a private equity real estate brand for 6 years, 6 years in general, and 4 years as the company vice president. 2 years ago, I decided to quit the 9 to 5 life and to set myself free to do that I've always wanted to do. Although I had a great time in my previous work, something was missing. I felt like I've been building someone else's dream for many years. And then it was the breaking point when I got into crypto. I started crypto trading a little bit before 2021, and NFTs around April 21. Since I like video games, it was really easy to catch the flat point of NFTs, and to see how it's evolving and getting better shape. It's just amazing. And I did a lot of things in the real estate field. I was experienced with hospitality most of the time, because this is what the company specialized in. And bringing all of this experience into this project, it's really my baby, my and Remo. And yes, basically that's it. If you have a more specific question, I would love to answer.
That's perfect. Maybe you can touch on how did you guys meet the team?
Yeah, sure. So I and Remo coming from the real estate with a real estate background. Remo had the real estate management company. They managed 700 buildings at their peak. And also 2 years ago, we are brothers, by the way. 2 years ago, I spoke with him about NFTs, and I told him that I want to quit my job. At the beginning, he thought that I'm crazy until he got the point, and I explained him what I want to do in the space. So since then, we really was interested in the NFT space. We also had a couple of developer friends, and we was providing services to create smart contracts to projects. After a long time, we basically decided to create Catsyard NFT, and then we started to gather all the team. Our team is built from. We have one amazing artist called Lee. She have unique style, and I think Phoenix, you can pin here one of the the NFTs. She have very unique style. She uses vector art, which is very rare to such a complex collection. We got Femix, which is very experienced social media manager. We have two developers, our friends, that are still working with us and creating right now, as we speak, the website with the raffle system that we want to release before the mint. And yes, we have a team of collab managers. We have amazing COO, and we're ready to eat the space.
Perfect. Ready to eat this space. I like it. Awesome. Yeah, and escaping the 9 to 5. I guess that's the dream of many people here. So inspirational for the listeners. Perfect. All right. Have you guys decided on any mint date, price, and supply yet?
So no, at the moment we believe that about the mint price. Phoenix was mentioned it before. It should be affordable mint price, and since we fundraising the project outside of Web3, so we are able to do it. And about the date, it should be anywhere around the end of September.
All right, perfect. Listeners, if you have any questions, now is the time to request and raise your hand. Radcats, feel free.
Oh, awesome. Sorry, I don't know if projects are allowed to ask questions, but
Of course,
just
of course.
awesome. Just one question, guys, because this seems like the vision that you have seems amazing, but also seems very expensive. So maybe you mentioned this and I missed it. I'm not sure what you guys said. Is it crowding? Do you have your own investments? Do you have external investments to build the resort? Yeah.
Yes, as we were saying, the resort costs around $4 million USD, and we are utilizing Goku's and Remo Connections, our co-founders. As Goku explained previously, he's been in the real estate space for over 10 years. So we will have investors from Web2, if you want to call it that. And depending on how many funds we gather from there, maybe we gather 3 million, maybe we gather 3.5, that will determine the price of our mint, which again, we want it to be between 0.5 and 2.5. So we don't want anything more than that, only because we understand that it is a bear market. And we also want to allow for the project to go for an organic price discovery. We don't want this to be a really expensive mint and take liquidity out of the Solana ecosystem by any means.
And what if, let's say, as you said, it's a bear market. Let's say you guys were able to gather from real life investors a good amount of money, and you would want to mint at 1.5 sold the collection. What if for one reason or another the mint did not go as planned, and the funds, not all of it was kind of collected? What would be the plan then?
In that case, we would be looking again at outside investors in order to cover the funds for the resort, or potentially look at a more affordable option, because there are different types of properties, obviously. So that means we could get one that costs around 3 million. But yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Good question. Very good question. I see that we got our friend Bill from Goving up with a hand as well. Feel free.
Hey, how's it going? Got two questions. One, is it the same Ramo as DJ Town and all the other rugs? And why cats? There's a million cats. And Goku, why are you rocking a cat on crack if you got a cats project, dude? Like, shouldn't you be rocking your own cat, homie? Come on, man.
First of all, it's not Ramo. It's not the guy with the Habibis and all that stuff. It's Remo with an E. It's
Okay.
a completely different person.
Okay,
Well,
God bless.
what was the other question? I missed it.
Why cats?
Oh, why cats?
Yeah,
because
there's
as
like
we said,
there's tigers, there's like cats on crack, there's Radcats now, should I keep going on the cats? There's the rug revenants are like little cats. Like,
yeah,
how many
I
cats
see the
can we
point.
have, man? Yeah.
I see the point totally. First of all, I would say that just like Radcats, our art is unique as well, and it doesn't really resemble any of the other collections that are tigers or cats. So I'd say we are unique in that regard. You can take the art on our profile and decide for yourself too if you want to. Now, when it comes to white cats, it's not too sophisticated, but cats are a very independent animal. They're not like a dog, which may be awesome and very loyal, but it's not like a cat who can be independent. And this matches with the vibes we want for our holders. We want them to be independent. We want them to live a life on their own terms and be able to utilize the resort while at it.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Bill, for the questions, loaded and fired. All right. Catsyard. I think we have the understanding. We talked a little bit about the art, about your background, and also what you guys are building. If anyone listening is interested in whitelist, what do they do?
Well, until someone else comes up with a question, I also want to add that, yes, we do have the aspect of the resort, which is our biggest value proposition, if you will. And it's something that no one done before, and most competitors had really high mint prices, like 20 sol or some crazy stuff, and we're able to do it with a very affordable mint price. But I also want to add, aside from the resort, the hotel, we also don't want to neglect the Web3 side of things. We don't want to neglect the utilities that we want to give to holders, which means that through our website, which is going to be ready in a week, give or take, we will have a raffling system that will work before we mint, meaning that people will be able to go and use their SOL or popular SPL tokens such as Dask or Craig in order to enter raffles for cash prizes or Solana. And then after we mint, we will switch the mechanism to work with our token that people will get through staking. And now that I mentioned staking, we also want to do things in a bit of a different way there. We want to have seasonal rewards, which means that if you stake for 1 month, for example, you will be able to gain some perks that someone who stakes for 1 week wouldn't get. So, for example, if you stake for 1 month, you could get some prize, which could be merch, NFTs, or cash prizes. And aside from that, another important aspect is that since we want to make the resort and have a physical location, we want to be a lifestyle brand, which means that we want to release merch. And we don't want it to be like the regular merch, so here it is, just order it and whatever. We want to work with artists from the space to design the merch. So we will find artists that will design the merch, and then they will get a percentage from the profit of that merch, meaning that just like when an artist creates an NFT and then he gets royalties in Magic Eden, we will make merch and then the artist will get royalties from the merch. And a side note, since we're going to have the resort, there is also the possibility of having a physical location where people can actually see the merch that they're going to buy.
Perfect. Can you guys hear me, or am I rugging?
Oh, you're good.
We can hear you.
All right, perfect. Catsyard, if anyone listening is interested in whitelist, what do they do?
Well, I mean, all you have to do is join our Discord, basically. We run events almost every single day, from poker tournament to smaller games to treasure hunts, the whole deal. We do it, and yes.
Perfect. All right. So, anything last you want to share with the listeners? Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. So basically, we didn't mention the utilities that the holders will get since we will have the resort. So if holders do to stay at the resort, yes, and in several different ways. First of all, it's that several suites, depending on the property and not less than 2 at the resort. So they will be reserved only for our holders, and that means that booking will be open and now the beginning of the year, and holders will be able to book a vacation in those two suites. Beside that, holders can stake their NFT and earn our tokens. which are allowed as a payment method, and also they will be able to book a vacation and also use the services and the facilities within the resort using our native token. And beside all of that, so we will give 25% discount on every booking that our holders will do for the resort, and also if someone using our token and it is not an holder, so he will also have 10% discount to book his vacation. And since we allowing this, so people will use will use more often our token, and it can increase the value. And basically, if you want to work in the Catsyard team, so our team members can come over anytime and work from the resort in a co-live area. And we plan to expand the team and hire only from our community.
All right. Interesting. Perfect, guys. If we don't have any more questions on the stage, we're going to move on to our last project of the day, Goku and Catsyard. Thank you so much for this. And very good luck on your project. All right, Metaage, are you with us?
Yes, hello.
Hello, it's your time to shine. Are you ready?
Yeah, before I give a quick brief again, can you add MetaDev as a speaker, because he's the co-founder and can explain some questions better than me?
Of course, let's get him on.
Thank you. So I'll just give a quick brief again, and
yes,
we'll move on to the questions. So basically, Metaage is a virtual world where you can socialize with your friends or other players in places such as amusement parks, cinema, nightclub, concert hall, meeting rooms, mini games, and etc. As NFTs, we'll be selling an avatar with different variants. The users that have the avatar will get land airdrops. When they have the airdrops, they will be able to create their own buildings, and they can create the games in our metaverse. In our art gallery, you can display your NFT collections and send them to the stock exchange for 0.1 Solana, and everyone can benefit from this feature. We games in our metaverse are split into two categories: mini games and main games. We as Metaage design the main games, and mainly they will be play to earn. Mini games will be the games that users will create, and you come across a lot of mini games in our main world. And also, we're partnered with more than 35 projects and integrated the characters of more than 35 projects as playable avatars, so that everyone can get to explore the lands and games inside the metaverse with their favorite project's character. And open alpha version of the Metaage is live right now with play to earn and free to play games in it. And you can both join as a guest, or you can connect your wallet. And that's it for now.
Oh, did I get it right? The metaverse is live right now.
Yes, it's in open alpha stage, and you can play in any browser right now, but we recommend generally Google Chrome because it's with Google Chrome you can get better experience, a better FPS also, and yeah.
All right, definitely gotta check this out. Are you building on an existing like metaverse platform, or is this an entirely new, like you're building this ground up?
We're building this completely on our own, and this is not an existing universe, and we built from zero.
Awesome, cool. Also, welcome MetaDev. Is this the art from the collection that you're rocking?
Yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, I am the co-founder and the lead developer of the Metaage. And about the question, yeah, this is the example of the art from our first collection. Yeah, actually, we were planning to launch with the Lens NFTs, but once we started voting in our Discord, people chose the PFP art instead of the Lens. So we are planning to launch the PFP arts as the first collection, and then airdrop the lens like 2 weeks after the first launch.
All right, cool. My headphones cut out in the middle while you were talking, but I think I got it. Thank you for coming on, Metaage. Cool to see the art.
You like it?
Yes, it's very. What's the animal? Is it an bull? What is it?
Eagle.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Different. Right. So back into the metaverse, or maybe we can talk about the team a little bit first. Like, what's? I guess you guys have some experience in building stuff.
We have 10 people in our team. Metaage is our lead developer. We also have a front developer and game developer. We got 2 3D artists and 2 3D artists. I am the community manager. We have another community manager, and there's another co-founder of this project, and he's the project manager. And yes.
Perfect. So is this your first NFT project?
Yeah, the project is our first NFT project, but I worked in several NFT projects before as just a developer. So basically, we are a gaming company that founded in 2017. Yeah, we wanted to bring our gaming experience together with the blockchain. So yeah, that was basically our starting point, and we also wanted to prove that bootstrap performance is not impossible, and people can build things with the minor budgets. So yeah, we actually already proved it because we released our open alpha like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, that's basically it.
Perfect. Right. So if I got it right, the first collection was going to be the Eagles, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a 3,333 supply, or?
Yeah, it will be 2,332, and as the price, we are thinking between 1 and 1.5 Solana. It will be completely according to Solana price when we are launching. So yeah, we are planning to launch in the mid-September.
As the other projects mentioned, like the market is really harsh right now. So for the mint date, we were like planning a month ago, but we saw how the market was going, but we just decided that we didn't know the time, but we decided that we'll just go with it and see what's the best for us, what suits.
All right, perfect. So what you talked about it a little bit, but I just wanted for the listeners, what if you want to break it down into pieces, what do I get when I mint an Eagle?
Yeah, I can mention about that. Like, we will have the 3D versions of our PFPs in our metaverse, so that users will be able to experience metaverse with their own NFTs. We have a mission system for this collection. You will be able to send your NFT to the missions and collect tokens from other projects or our own native tokens. You will be able to benefit from some of the play-to-earn games and some events that we will organize in our metaverse. Like we have our stage arena, we have our nightclub, so we will be organizing some concerts in our metaverse. Other than that, you will be also be able to benefit from the airdrops that I just mentioned. We are planning monthly airdrops. First airdrop will be the land NFTs, and when you have the land NFTs, you will be able to build buildings such as art galleries, cinemas, houses, and some mini play-to-earn games on your own land. so that users can interact with those, and you will be able to monetize from that.
Perfect. All right. Metadev, are you cooking a steak over there? What's happening in the background?
Sorry, guys.
It's raining really hard in Istanbul right now.
Yeah, it's raining, and I'm outside right now. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You may be in the balcony or something right now.
No worries, we can hear you. All right, perfect. So, as for the land, because you were going to have the land drop as well, right?
Can I have the question again?
So this first you have the Eagles drop, and then you were going to have the land drop as well, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks after the first launch of our NFT, the Eagle, the first airdrop will be 2 weeks after this launch.
Right. Have you decided on any supply and price for that collection?
Yes.
Yeah, we prepared our second collection. I mean, the lens, it will be the 4,444. I mean, this, as I said before, the lens actually was our first collection. So now we can discuss about the cutting the supply of the lens, or we may go with another launch for the rest of the lens.
All right, perfect. Yeah, interesting. We're moving into a digital world, and the metaverse, as many say, is definitely, hopefully, going to play a part in that. We have seen the success of previous metaverses. My question would be, first off, who do you see using, like, coming on your metaverse? And second, what makes your metaverse stand out?
Let me answer the second question at the beginning. Like, as I said before, we are a gaming company in Turkey, so we wanted to we wanted to put our gaming experience together with the blockchain. But other than that, we are mostly just in a team of socializing. Like, we have meeting rooms in our metaverse so that people will be able to host meetings with their friends or colleagues. As I said before, we have the stage area, nightclub, so that people interact with each other, to have fun together. The communities will be able to organize events in our metaverse together. We have our voice chat in our metaverse and the type chat. So that, we believe the communication is the key of everything. Yeah, we have a studio in our metaverse where we are broadcasting all over the metaverse. So we are trying to bring definitely the 3D versions of the Twitter Spaces in our metaverse. So you will be able to do Twitter Spaces with your surfing avatars or your favorite project's avatars.
Ooh, all right. So maybe we should do the pod in the metaverse the next time we talk to each other.
Definitely.
Also, I want to say before anyone asks the question, we're just playable in browser right now, but we'll have a desktop version coming soon, and you will be able to download and play in your PC. And also, we're planning to launch integrate VRs in our metaverse the next year in 2023.
Exciting stuff. All right. Again, like speakers and listeners, if you have questions, feel free to come up and raise your hand. Catsyard.
Yeah. First of all, it's cool that you guys have a browser version, because it means that you probably don't need a gaming PC to run it, which not everyone has. Not everyone is into gaming, but everyone has a PC that can open a browser. That's cool. You mentioned that the metaverse is going to be play to earn, so we have seen a lot of projects, even the biggest ones like Axie Infinity and Steppen on Solana, failing when it comes to creating a sustainable play to earn system. So what are your plans when it comes to making the play to earn aspect of the game sustainable?
We have our first play to earn game that we built for another project. It is live in the open alpha right now. It's actually a basic 2D game where you're trying to jump and trying not to fall down. It's actually working like that. You are paying 0.001 Solana right now to get into the game, and if you reach the 150 points, you are able to win the double reward from that. So you will be able to win 0.002 Solana right now. We kept the prices low so that everyone can test it out. Yeah, we are also planning to develop new play to earn and free to play games every month. We already have 3 other games that we haven't released yet, and we have 2 games in our open alpha right now. 2 of them are the free to play and 1 of the play to earn. Yeah.
Awesome. Hope that answered your question, Catsyard. All right, exciting stuff. Any other questions for Metaage? Otherwise, as always, I would like to ask you, how do people get mint allocation for the Eagles?
Can I have the question again?
If anyone is intrigued by what they hear and want to get mint allocation for the Metaage, what's the process?
Sorry, I couldn't catch. Do you mean like how to get whitelisted?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we released we have all types in the whitelist channel in our Discord. So basically, you can get whitelist from several types of things. Like if you boost the server, you get whitelisted. People are getting whitelist from the collabs that we are doing with the other great projects. We are having Discord games to distribute whitelists for the community. We are having live events, live gaming broadcasting in our Discord every week. So there are surprise prices like Solana and the whitelist in those live broadcasts. Yeah, that's basically it. Actually, we are also using the quest system of the community tree, and you will be able to get whitelist from the completing quests in there.
All right, perfect. Yeah, exciting. It's gonna be. Let's see if we can do something. The pod in the. I guess we could build like a stage or something and have a pod stage in the Metaage metaverse, right?
That would be awesome.
Awesome.
We also do sometimes live streams on our Discord, and if you wanna come as a guest or something to play games in our metaverse or else, you're always invited.
Perfect. All right. So I think that's it for today. As always, we're gonna open our after party after this. Metaage, anything last you want to share with the listeners?
Thanks for hosting this space, and thanks for letting us come here. Nothing else left actually, and if anyone has any questions, we'll love to answer them. And that's it for now. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And also to all the speakers and listeners, if you have any project, as always, that you want to have on the pod, just shoot me or anyone from the team a DM, and we will do our very best to bring them on and listen to what they're building. It's so, that's the reason we do it and why we love it. Listening to products, you get such a more in-depth and get to know the teams before you decide what you want to do, if you want to buy or not. So yeah, feel free to shoot us a DM. If you like listening to AMAs, we do this every Monday through Friday. So give us a follow. Also, check out Radcats, Catsyard, and Metaage. And thank you guys so much for coming on. We also have our sponsors for the night, Descendants and Hyperlaunch. Descendants is a art and lore-driven product that's building a art incubator. So they are working for the same purpose as us, bringing more people into this space. And also Hyperlaunch, if any of, especially the projects, Hyperlaunch is making a launch pad right now, which is going to be super easy and user-friendly. So even your grandmother could use it. Perfect. Check it out. I also heard rumors that Goblin Games is gonna do some type of giveaway in our after party here. So if you like goblins, you should definitely come on the after party. All right, my friends. Again, thank you everyone for coming on. Big love to all of you. See you guys next time or in the after party. See you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.